Hello, dear humans. If you're watching this, then there's a fairly high chance that you experience jaw tension or neck tension. It's just such a common thing, and I gotta tell you, it's always women that seem to have it. I'm not saying men don't have it or that if you're a man with jaw and neck tension, you can't benefit from this. Literally, everyone can benefit from this, but there's something about, I see it a lot with women in my practice that they come in and maybe it's from millennia of feeling like we have to suppress our voice and that we have to take the weight of everyone's crap on our shoulders, that there's a relationship to the shoulder, the neck, and the jaw tension and just feeling like life is too much. So anyway, I woke up today and I had so much jaw tension, and I've been one of the lucky ones that didn't experience it, even though I've helped so many people in my practice to alleviate their jaw tension, their TMJ. I woke up with it today and it was just like there was like a density, like just everything felt so constricted here. And so I just got to work Rolfing myself, and I found that in about 5 minutes, I was able to work on the right areas to really set tension, and it felt miraculous. So here I am. I want to share with you those techniques. Anyone can do this, whether or not you're a body worker. Just be mindful that we will be working in some of the sensitive viscera of the neck, the front of the neck. And so with that, the basic, it's like use common sense. If something doesn't feel right, don't do it, or don't do it as aggressively. Go gentle when we're working on the neck, and listen to your body. And if you feel a thumper, if you feel like a blood vessel there and you're directly on it, just move off of it and you'll be totally fine. So first we're actually going to start with the lateral component of the neck. So from here and up above the ear. So to start, let's actually just bring our 10 fingertips kind of surrounding the ear like this. And you can come in pretty close behind the ear. And we're just going to relax the lower jaw and press up. You can see what I'm doing here. I'm pulling the fascia of the side of my head around my ear upward. And then you can start to do like little circles. It feels really good. And then start to move out away from the ear, kind of fanning out. This is the temporalis muscle. And if you come a little bit forward toward the temples and then just anchor in and press that tissue upward, go ahead and open your mouth and then close, and you'll feel that that's actually a jaw muscle, right? So that this is connected. Oftentimes, it feels good. Just go ahead and keep doing circles and pressing the tissue upward. Oftentimes with like shoulder tension, jaw tension, people will get headaches because that tension is not allowing blood to flow and oxygen to move into the areas that it needs to. So breathe as you do this. Feels really good. You can start to move a little bit faster. Even use your nails a little bit on the skull and dig in there to the deeper layers. Go up higher on the head. And then let's go ahead and come down to the jaw itself. So from your cheekbone down is where we're going to work on the sides, just in front of the ear here, and we're going to press in and make circles. And let your lower jaw be heavy as you do this, and keep breathing. So you might find that there's like knots in there, or like really, really dense, tough muscle. So you can massage those spots. And then you're gonna start to make your way down underneath the chin. So this is where you're just gonna wanna use common sense and be gentle. But I'm gonna take my thumbs basically underneath the chin, and I'm gonna press in just one at a time and kind of traction that. So I'm pulling the skin up away from my collarbones. And as I just kind of gently anchor in and press upward, I'm releasing the muscles that attach to the hyoid bone. The hyoid bone is a free floating bone in front of your neck spine. So for me, it's right around here. And there are muscles that attach to that have to do with the tongue. If you pause for a moment right around with your thumbs right around here and you swallow a couple times, you should be able to feel the movement of that bone. Don't worry if you can't. So keep pressing in. You can do both at the same time if that feels okay for you. We're just pressing in and releasing those hyoid muscles. You can start to work your way outward toward your ears as you do that, going over each spot a couple of times. And so my stopping point here is my mandible, is this jawbone. I start into the soft hyoid muscles and I stop when my thumb hits my mandible. Amazing. So now you're going to come to the side of the neck, so the side of the cervical spine, and just do little circles again. This can be a really juicy area. You might feel like referred sensation into the shoulders. But we're just massaging up and down the sides of the neck, and you'll feel the bone. You'll probably feel the bone. You'll feel ligament. You'll feel muscle. I'm not using a lot of pressure. You could also do things like just pressing with the thumbs. I'm being gentle here on the side of the neck. Once I get up to about here, I start to feel that refer up my skull in the back. And that's actually where we're going to move. In a little while, we'll work the back of the neck. But before that, we're going to work the SCM. So the SCM is this muscle. See it pop out as I turn my head to the side. Now, you should be able to grab one of those at a time and kind of pull it away from the middle. Go slow and walk your way along that SCM. It should be able to separate from the structures underneath and around it. I've felt for a lot of people, it's so bound up in there that it's difficult. If that's the case for you, you might need to go see a Rolfer or a good body worker who can release that for you. But this muscle is very important for posture. It connects to the collarbone here, and it connects up into the back of the skull. And when it's short, it pulls the head forward. It's one of the muscles that can pull the head forward. Let's do the other SCM. So it feels like a thick rope. Should be able to easily pick it up and pull it away. As I get up to here, I can really feel the tension and where it attaches to my occiput. And this is also connecting to the mandible, the lower jaw. So again, related structures in releasing jaw tension. Beautiful. Okay, so now we're going to come to the back of the neck. I'm going to turn around and show you this. Hopefully you can still see me all right. Okay, so I'm going to interlace my fingers and leave my thumbs open. And I'm going to press in here. I'm kind of scooting my thumbs underneath those spinal erector muscles and pressing in. I'm using more pressure because it's safer to do so on the back of the neck. There's a lot of tough muscular and fascial tissue here. So you can use a lot more pressure, of course, listening to your body, using common sense. But you can see how I'm kind of scooping up, in and up, to pull those muscles away. And then I'm going to come up to the occiput. So this is where those muscles all attach. And you can do some really great release work simply by pressing your thumbs as hard as you can. I'm using the rest of my fingers on the top of my skull to kind of stabilize my hands as I push my thumbs right up against that occipital bone, that occipital ridge. And you can do that in a few different places. It feels really, really good. Take a few deep breaths as you do this. Great. Now you're going to take your fingernails and dig in along the middle of the back of the skull. I'm digging in and pulling apart, digging in and pulling apart. until I come up to the top of the head and the sagittal suture. So the sagittal suture is just where the bones of the skull meet, and it's kind of like a ridge. And I'm digging in just alongside that ridge, right on the top of my head, and I'm pulling apart, pulling apart. Feels really, really good. You can do it slow, you can do that fast. I'm using like medium pressure right now, working back and then working forward. And then I'm just gonna end again by kind of like scrubbing, like as if I was washing my hair. I'm gonna scrub from the sagittal suture down toward the temporalis muscle again. Give that a little massage. Okay, how does your jaw feel? I hope it feels a lot better. That was really helpful for me. And let me know what you think of this video, if you have questions, and how it helped you. Thanks for watching.